All right, y'all. We've been waiting. I think you got your YouTube still open, JP, because I hear a little echo.
Oh, might need to turn it down.
We've been waiting. I think you got your YouTube still open, JP, because I hear a little echo.
Oh, might need to turn it down. How's that?
How's that? I think you got your Did you hear it? YouTube
I
still
can
open,
hear
JP.
it.
Oh, maybe it's me. It's me, JP. It's not you.
Look
It's me.
at you.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. All right.
There we go.
How about now? We good?
Yes. Priest,
Brother
Brother
D,
Danny.
peace and blessings to you and the family. Sister G and Brother D, peace and blessings. All right. So we've been waiting all day for JP to
Really?
come in and tell her side of the story. So now she's here. My sister, how you doing today?
I'm fantastic, honestly. It's um So first of all, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate
Sure.
that, Brother Clarence. Also, I didn't realize that that was you in the Facebook. You've been the only Facebook person that I've had this entire time up until recently, and you never really said anything. And I was like, okay, well, if he's just gonna be quiet, I'm gonna be quiet. When I get to work, I'll figure it out. And so then I was like, oh, that's you. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
well,
appreciate that. Yeah,
I
you've
just
been my
like to
A1 day one.
I just like to move in silence, you know what I mean? I just like to move, get my objective done and move out. So you know what I mean? You got Brother Daryl here saying yay. I guess he was looking for you. He was one of the one, he was one of your hardcore supporters looking for you too
Thank you.
earlier today.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just get into it. Those of them that's coming in late, they just gonna have to see the replay. Now, first I saw the video that you made with King where you had the Shark Week music on it. And so let me tell you a little bit about what King said.
Mhm.
So, well, let me tell you what I witnessed, and then I'm gonna tell you what King said about what I witnessed. So I
Okay.
witnessed, you know, King pretty much. Uh, I came in at the point where I saw him cutting you off and trying to and he had gotten to the point where he got so frustrated he was really not letting you start any of your questions.
Mhm.
I think we got a echo still.
It could be my sound. So I'm
Yeah,
outside, so
okay,
that's
all right.
different from.
It's not bad enough to stop us. um so I saw King doing that, so that disturbed me a little bit. So when he came up, I asked him about it, and so what he said was that he had uh, endured the fact that you were trying to pretty much direct him on his own platform, how he was supposed to run his platform, and then threatening him with the fact that you were going to leave and never come back. Do now? That's what he said. Is that your interpretation as well?
No.
Okay, what is your interpretation of that
For
situation?
starters, I'm not sure why me saying I am not coming back on that panel is a threat. I okay. As
Can
I
you
understood,
perceive that? Can you? I'm sorry, JP. Let me ask you this question
yes.
before you go further. Can you understand how he could have perceived it as a threat, or has he, or not a threat, but as a ultimatum? Can you see how he could have
As an
perceived that?
ultimatum, certainly. Um,
Okay,
but I do not believe that I was out of line and I was speaking only for myself. And I want to make it what I saw. Okay.
okay,
I never knew of King prior to his platform. Let me be clear. I never watched him. Right. I put out my own thing about Anton, and then I stopped watching the Lapeef Network for that reason because I am a viewer, not just a content creator. And so then
right,
the next thing was Darrell said, "Hey, King's gonna do his own channel. Come over and support." Sure. So I'm going to come into the chat, hang out, chit chat, and talk, those kinds of things, whatever. And then as I began to speak, they felt that I added value and asked dropped the link. I went up on the panel. But I thought that I was in a place that was about protecting women because the
Okay.
platform over there was a bullying platform. Oh, I'm leaving because of the bullying. So I came onto this platform thinking, all right, you know, over here it's not going to be that toxic. And then it was seeing men arguing. I'm a mother of three boys, three men, excuse me. And so seeing grown men argue in that way, I understand how bad that can get. I also understand that people today see the streets. So the streets and the stream are the same.
Okay.
And so the same reason that you and I spoke to Darrell was the same reason in that moment I said, hey, listen, you're new to YouTube. You don't understand StreamYard and those things. So here, let me go ahead and say, hey, you, you gotta control this. These people are. This is your platform. They're coming to look at you and get entertainment value, and this is chaos. I don't feel safe up here. I didn't want to say all of those things because then that really would have been bad.
Okay.
This is after several times of discussing these things. So in my mind's eye, here I am just saying, hey, as a content creator, this is what you don't know about YouTube. You got to work on some of this. And then when it
Okay.
just continued on, okay, well, I'm not going to continue to put my voice on this because this is the same thing that I've been saying I stand against.
Okay.
So
So
then
what well, let me ask you a question, JP. At what point did you feel like it was an unsafe environment? At what point? And did you let anybody know?
I was on the panel when I was saying this isn't okay. All of this arguing, this toxicity, this back and forth. I tried to, and of course, I'm a woman in what I suppose is a men's space. So at some point, it was, well, you just gonna have to be quiet. This is, simmer down, lady. Okay, fine. I left. I went back down to the chat. I didn't go back on the panel. I
Okay.
thought it was over. I didn't disrespect King, and I stated my feelings, in my opinion. I thought that's what it was. You could state your opinion on things, what you see.
Okay. So, but I'm saying, when was it at the point where you said, okay, this is not a safe environment for myself?
At
Uh,
all, you mean?
yeah, like when you had that, when you came to that conclusion that it's not, it's pretty much toxic. You called it toxic. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I you know what I'm saying, so that's your interpretation. So I'm trying to get what led you to that point where you
Oh,
felt
why
it's
do I feel
toxic
it's toxic?
environment.
Okay.
Yes.
Looking at it from a viewer's perspective, I just see a bunch of black people going at one another.
Right.
And it's
Okay.
it's the personalization of it. There is a way to debate without going in on other people, without attacking someone's things that they cannot change about themselves. I
Right.
watched as after the I watched as viewers and people who had donated money out of love were mistreated, talked about for not giving enough, for having not done so and so. Well, you should do more. You need to do X. These are people who are just showing up because they care about your message. You know, you are beating up people who want to hear you so that they can get something from you and learn something. You've asked me to come up here because you said that I provide value. And then to turn around and poop on the value, I don't understand. And as a viewer, I don't understand. But I can walk away. As a content creator, if I don't agree with it, I can walk away and just be a viewer. Watch only the things that I seem like actually um, interest me and I can get some entertainment out of or some use out of. And then if not, I leave and go where I can find value.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: if you felt that they don't value you, because that's what I want to talk to you about today.
Hmm.
If you felt that they didn't value you, why go back on their platform?
I never knew that there was anyone who didn't think that they valued me. If you were to look at the video that I put up of the conversation, even at the ambush, I said I didn't go on your platform until I could provide value. True. I didn't do such and such until I could provide value. True.
Okay.
Well, I thought that you found value in what it was that I had to say, so I stayed. I thought that the garden found value in what it was I had to say in the chat, so I stayed. I never knew that there was this bitter animosity towards me because no one ever said anything to me. I never knew there was all this other stuff going on in other places doing all of that stuff. So I thought, okay, I'm providing value. I just am not going to provide my voice on, I'm not going to put my face up there with all of that toxicity going on when it's what I stand against.
So the
When I,
toxicity. I'm sorry, JP. I just want to be clear for the people that's watching. The toxicity was the back and forth between the guys.
yes.
Okay.
And then the constant, um, you can do this, but you can't do this. People are allowed say things, but then censored. You can't censor me, but you are censoring me. Um,
That's the mothership
it's.
right
Let me give it
there.
to you another way. You disrespected me. I'm sorry I had to use you as a sacrificial lamb. Then I didn't disrespect you. You chose to hit me. That's
Okay.
toxic.
Let's break that down, JP. Let's unpack that.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, from what he was telling me, from what King was telling me, he said that he on three other occasions suffered what he felt was disrespect from you towards him about how the way he was handling the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair? That so far you can acknowledge that that's was his feelings.
No,
He shouldn't have felt that way.
no, I'm not saying that. He can have whatever feelings. What I'm saying to you is there is no way for me to have known. And so I won't be able to acknowledge his feelings in that moment because there was no way for me to have known in those three instances. He
I,
never
I
said a word.
I hear you, JP, but that's not what I'm saying. It's like you know what it reminds me
No,
of.
Brother Clarence, hold on for a second. Let me just say this.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
If he felt injured and he never made the injury known, what was I supposed to, how could I have moved any different?
I'm just trying to slowly walk us around the area, so I can't say that you could have. Well, I mean, a lot of things could have been different. So on both sides. So let me say it this way: I understand why you did what you did. I do. I understand why. But what I'm trying to get to is can we both see on both sides where the ball got rolling for a misunderstanding to occur, right? In other words, you're not seeing that he was or noticing or having any clue that he was offended by anything you were doing, and you still coming the same way. how would you
I
how
did.
would you be able to change anything if you weren't let nobody let you know that you were stepping on somebody's toes, right? And I'm saying that's what I'm trying to acknowledge. That see, this is how misunderstandings happen when people don't are not aware of the other person or how they're making the other person feel. Now, I'm not saying you should have been aware, but what I'm saying is we can acknowledge that he can feel how he needs, just like you feel how you feel, right? He pretty much has the same opinion of you, where he feels like I didn't do nothing to disrespect her. I didn't do
Brother
anything.
Clarence, Brother Clarence, we
Yes.
were fine. I want you to understand something.
Okay.
We were fine until, I'm sorry, I used you like a lamb for slaughter.
Okay.
You used me. You claimed to protect black women and you put me on your panel, shot at me, and missed. And now
Okay.
you suffer the consequences for it. You understand that? I am the nicest. I do not, I don't, I can't. No, no. I won't equivocate on it. I am the kindest damn person I know in Black YouTube right now. I work very hard, give me a second, to be as balanced and compassionate as possible all the time. But when you are in the midst of terrible energy, you have to be able to say, no, either this stops or I leave. I am well within my right to do so, and I did so. I said I would leave the panel, and I did. I never went back up until called to the carpet. I never went outside of who I am as a woman. But in so doing, he exposed himself to be toxic and abusive to me. He chose to put me up there. He chose to take this moment when I waited 3 times. I waited, I waited, I waited. You had ample opportunity to have a conversation with someone. You had any opportunity, all of these roads that you have right now to show up on every platform or have somebody else talk to me, you had them then. You chose to hit me. That is the first thing that everybody must understand before it ever comes out of your mouth or off of your fist. It's in your head. You have a choice to make. You chose to hit me. Now eat everything that comes after it because you missed. You didn't hit hard enough. I didn't bleed and I didn't die.
I mean, can I speak? May I
Yes,
speak now?
yes. I'm sorry, Brother Clarence. It's your platform,
No,
buddy.
brother. No, sis. I understand and I see the passion. And if I think that that's going to be therapeutic for you, I'll let you get it out. And so hopefully it'll help you kind of, walk away from the situation. But let me
I'm
get something
over
clear.
it though.
Let me, okay, good. Then let me get something really clear. I am not trying to get you to change your position or capitulate or nothing. All I'm trying to do is get you to tell your version of the story. That's it.
Got you.
Because King told his, E Black told his, Daryl told his, and Hanifa told hers. And so
Who are all of these people and why? Brother Clarence, it was between me and one man.
yeah, but it
I
affected
chose,
so
hold
many other
on.
people.
Yes, yes, I
Okay,
understand
and
that.
a lot of these people care about you, JP, and so
And
they
I
had to.
appreciate that.
Okay, so that's why they had an opinion on it.
That's
Okay,
why I chose not to watch. I want everyone to understand, and I'm not looking at the comments right now either. I do not
okay,
know.
okay.
Because I don't want to be in any, I don't want to be the center of attention. Um, Brother Clarence, that's not why I'm out here. Damn it.
Yeah, but JP,
I know.
you're gonna have to let people. There's gonna be people that care about you, JP. There's gonna be people that care about you, whether you can embrace it or not. They're gonna care about you. You know what I mean? They're gonna be, just like today when we had the live stream. A lot of them are looking for you, including
I
Daryl.
don't want it
Uh,
to affect my decision making. I don't want it to affect the way that I move. I don't want it to affect
it
me
doesn't have
being
to,
able to make sure that the message gets there. But I worry about it. So I hope, just let me finish, please. I put boundaries around it so that I can make sure that I'm not stepping outside of who I am.
right? I
And
get it.
it's I appreciate the love. I understand it better now and I can keep moving forward. This stupid hit doesn't really mean anything to me. It's just I want my people to love themselves enough to not do this to each other.
I understand.
Not
I
me.
understand.
I want them to love themselves enough to not do it to each other.
I know, but JP, you're gonna have to be the example of what you're trying to. If you're trying to teach a message, it's gonna come off better with a teacher that can teach as an example than with you saying, "I want y'all to love each other, but I'm gonna go at this dude's head because he did this or that." You know what I mean?
I
No, no,
didn't
no.
come at him though.
Wait a minute. Listen to me, JP. I'm not saying you came at him. I was, maybe that was a bad word. I'm not saying you did that. Well, what I'm saying is it's going to be a better example. You can show to how to take the people's because they care about you and take how they feel about you and still be walk in your same square. See, that's the problem we all have with Anton, right? He got all souped up, all these people, all these subscribers, all these Patreons, and he then that moved him into a place where now I can't say nothing about the black community, right? We don't want to get pushed into that. So we need people like you, like me, to show that even though people could come here and they could say, "Oh, brother Clarence, you're the best thing since sliced bread." Yeah, okay, you can say all that all you want, but I ain't moving off this square. Okay, I appreciate you for appreciating me, but I'm not gonna move off this square. So we gotta show that, and a lot of people care about you. I know you don't think they do, but a lot of them do, JP. A lot of them care about you, and they were asking about you, and they just want to make sure you're gonna be okay, right?
Yeah.
I'm
And
old enough to know sometimes people need time, but some of them don't. So it's good that you out here now showing them that you're okay. I'm sorry. Please
no,
continue, JP.
no, no. It's I'm okay. I've been okay since Wednesday probably. Um, Thank you, Scorpion. I chose not to watch anybody else's anything because I am done with it, and I don't want that energy to come back up in me. I support you, and I always have. I would run
Same
in
here.
here and drop down 7 or 8 comments, and then
Yeah, I
run to
know.
my,
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I wanted to come, and I know that your audience is a thinking audience as well. So I wanted to be able to have the conversation with you, but I want to, if you understand me and walk with me, then you understand that you have to walk away from toxic people no matter how much they say that they love you. And so for all of the love that may be on the platform and with the other people, everyone knows where my house is and they're welcome at any time. And so that's what. Thank you, Darrell. I for That's it. That's what I've always done my whole life. I've been a nomad. I understand that you have to build communities and bridges, and then when I go back to wherever my home is open to you at any time. And so for someone to use me in such a vicious way was just, I'm sorry, it was outright. Oh, because you have your own traumas, and I understand that, and I can forgive that. Had you tried to have a conversation with me, I would have had it. It's obvious that I'll have the conversation with damn near anybody. Rico was drunk on my platform for 4 hours twice.
Yeah,
You
I
understand what
saw
I'm
that. I
saying?
saw that.
I'll have the conversation with you because I see the human in you. But when you come at me, I there are some people that I can take. I stayed as long as I could, but no, sir. When you actually try to draw blood, I'm out. And I'm going to point at you and let you know why. And if anybody else decides to leave, that's your fault.
Okay.
You don't have to be that way.
No, no, it doesn't. Uh, you know, what can we do moving forward so something like that doesn't happen again? I mean, what is your plans, and are you going to ever be back on the Kings, or are you on a conversation with Kings, or what's your plans how to handle it from here on?
In order for me to be willing to go back onto the platform, or um, I'm still up in the air about the Facebook. I don't see. Well, no, I have. It would have to be an invitation directly from that gentleman to parlay behind the scenes, and the
Right.
requirements are you show up to with no one else. That whatever we agree to at the parlay is announced on my platform first.
Okay.
It is announced with you on camera at that time,
Okay.
and then we move forward from there. That's only to get me to talk at this point.
Okay.
I am making no
Okay. What
other
if that?
promises that if you agree to what I said as the parlay rules, I will show up and treat with you.
Okay. What if that doesn't happen? Then what?
Then my personal plan, regardless of what happens next, is for me to build what I believe is I'm sorry, the different way.
Okay.
And I'm working on that.
Okay. Okay. So
You're involved. I just right now
I'm
there's
involved. Cool.
yeah, yeah. Listen, I've been trying to get to a point where I can say to you, I see you as one of my community elders. Like, I respect you and
Oh,
keep you in
thank
high
you.
regard.
Same here.
Thank
Same
you.
here.
And so I would really love to be able to.
That's why I was
Uh,
very shocked to get treated like that. That was very shocking to me.
right.
I'm
That was
sorry.
the part that was hard for me. I'm trying to figure out how we can build communities and grow networks to be able to have something less toxic, positive, and to infiltrate social media or the media for black folks. And then to have all of this was just much. But it did, like I said last night, it showed me what I can do with the right people and the right things. It showed me what I'm to do.
Okay. All right. Um,
Hey,
let's put
Snuggles.
Snuggle, that's your buddy. Let's put King on the shelf for just a minute. Because the quiet storm that I didn't see happening was this thing with you and E Black. Now, I didn't see that coming at all.
I don't
What
know that there's anything with me in E Black. What do you mean?
I mean, how uh you had a it seemed that well let me give you my version how it looked to me. It
Mm-hmm.
looked to me like you had an issue with him and I didn't know what the issue was. You
I
were
see.
telling him that he had to earn your trust back and all this stuff, and so I was like, "What was the issue? What happened?"
Right. Okay. That's the other thing because um, um, watchers don't go across other platforms the way that content creators do. They don't come in contact with the information in the same way, right?
Yeah.
And so I'll try to clear it up anyway. Um, all of this started. Can you take that down for me, please, so I don't have to thump him in his forehead from way over
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
That young man. Okay,
uh,
so this all started, like I said, when we came onto that platform in the beginning. Okay,
okay.
and the two had animosity, Darrell and E Black. Now, this is where I will say, if anything that I did do wrong was to choose a side there,
Okay.
right? Because I don't know E Black. But coming into the space, the gentlemen all agreed to work together and to put aside whatever it was that was supposed to be their differences. And then things would go on behind the scenes. Or, I'm sorry, actually, things would go on in front of the camera. And once, even though we thought that things were done, E Block would put out would do something that was just out of the way for the
Well,
entire
now was this on?
conversation.
Excuse me,
This was the
JP. Was
Asian
it? Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to clarify. Was this on E Black's platform or on the King's platform?
on King's platform.
Okay. All right.
So E Black, here's the thing. I'm sorry. E Black, I thought he was a great content creator or was going to be a great content creator. He's new to the
Okay.
game, like he said, same
Yeah.
as I am.
Yeah.
I saw him out there fight. He was talking about fake woke activists and those types of
Yeah.
things. And so I was like, okay, I can rock with that message, especially considering my family situation. Um, and so I was like, okay. And for those who don't know, and I'm going to use as clean a terms as possible, bro Clarence, for your channel. My cousin Demario Perkins was lost his life in a traffic stop with the Memphis Police Department in
Oh
2018.
yeah. That's right. That's
Okay,
right.
and so that's what brought me to the place that I'm at in my life, where I am an activist and fighting in the way that I do. And so I saw that in E Black, and I was again, I saw him on that platform, and so I was like, okay, well, I'll listen to him, whatever. He and Darrell had these interactions, and I was like, okay, um, hmm, that seems a little off. But they decided that they're going to work together.
Okay.
So they're going to work together. And then the next thing I see is that this E Black, who says that he is a Christian and who says that he is about the people, um, make a very insensitive, being nice here because that's not what it was, a very insensitive comment about Asian women and soy sauce.
Okay.
Absolutely
Remember that.
out of line, right?
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
when I went back up and I said, hey, yeah, no, I think that you're a Benedict Arnold. I did say that. Well, not I didn't say a Benedict Arnold, but I said I believe that
Do that.
you're going to do something to this platform. And at that time, King, I'm sorry, never mind. At that, and so That was it. And I was like, I don't trust the way that
Okay,
you move.
JP. I just want to ask you quickly, why did you call E Black a Benedict Arnold? Because I missed that. I missed the connection with it.
Because all four of these gentlemen had just come together to build this platform as the Four
Okay,
Horsemen.
okay,
Now, they don't know each other very well, and they're just figuring out how to move together as a unit, right?
okay, right,
Okay. Now, you've already got one point of contention because these two don't really care for one another, but they're trying.
okay,
Then this man comes in and makes this horrible statement that shines a light on your unit in a negative way when you're trying to move silently but quickly. You understand what I'm saying?
okay.
Okay.
I
Now,
think I
that's
got it.
twice now. Huh?
I said I think I got it.
Right. Okay. So that's twice now that you're a liability to me. How many more times am I going to wait for you to be alive for before you actually do me harm?
You talking about E Black?
Yes.
Okay. How did E
So,
Black? How was he going to do you harm though, JP?
no, no, no. I wasn't talking about me. And even in that situation, we were having a discussion about what was about what he had done, how he had moved. Right?
Okay,
We were talking. This was
okay,
an after conversation about the um, racial statement.
oh, okay, okay,
This was an after conversation on the panel about the racial statement that was made.
okay,
Again, I am not just a mother of men. I am a mother of military men.
okay.
I see it. You, son, this person right here will be the one to topple your empire, and here's why.
Okay.
Son, if you don't control your empire, here's why. And I'm not saying that's if I was talking to my child, but if I'm talking to another king or queen, hey sis, this this is a problem. It's gonna come for you down the line. This is a problem. It's gonna be a problem for you down the line.
Okay.
I'm trying to help you before it becomes a real problem for you. And now it's a real problem for you.
Okay. Okay. JP, you
Hmm.
know, I mean, you my girl. I'm trying to follow you. I am just
I
not
get it.
connecting the Benedict Arnold part.
Okay, because okay, you're talking about war. What are the four horsemen?
Okay. Yeah, they warriors. Okay.
So you've got four ally camps coming together. That's what YouTube is. It's just a
Okay.
bunch of different military camps coming together, trying to figure out how
Okay.
to work together if you're doing
I
platform
get
style
it.
anything, right?
I get it. That
If
I
you're a
can get
man,
that one. Yes.
so on that platform, if you're a bunch of men going in on each other with that low level threat of violence and arguing all the time, and you're picking at each other's personal wounds,
Okay.
it's a setup for disaster. It's a
But
setup for the unraveling of people, not just a platform.
I get it. I get that part, JP. But what I'm saying is, see, I'm trying to find out what you have to what your real issue is with E Black because I didn't know you
You
even
can.
had an issue with him.
He's the same as Anton. He says,
Okay.
I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian, but I hold the worst things that you've done in your life against you. He
Okay.
sits on a platform with at least two men who have a criminal record, but he makes fun of of men with criminal pasts. He oh you've got to be a doggone whatever because you already have a black and white. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. No, I didn't know
You
that.
are
I didn't know that.
okay.
I did
Well,
not
yeah,
know that.
that was what he brought up on when we spoke. I didn't know that
Okay.
he would want my respect back. Why? I'm just a regular old person.
Okay.
Again, the same way that I can't. I it's all the same. Okay, so I didn't. So when he said it, I was like, okay, fine. I'm willing to hear you out. But then when he came to my platform, it was all well. Darrell did this. Darrell did that. Darrell.
Yeah.
Well, what about E Black?
Yeah.
I am Miss Accountability. I will take my own accountability. I will let you shine a light on me and tell me what I did wrong in the game.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
when you show up to me, I'm going to ask you to be accountable, and that didn't happen.
Right. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
it. He
I
wasn't.
did see
He
that
didn't.
program. Yeah.
Right. He didn't stand on
But
his word.
let me say what he said. What was going on in the
Hmm.
chat? And he said Daryl was in the chat, and maybe a couple other people was in the chat making very profane comments about his wife. That is what he said was going on in the chat. And he said he had a
Okay.
problem with the fact that you didn't do anything about it. Now, I had to take his word for it today because I didn't, like I said, you weren't there.
Hmm.
So I'm just telling you what he told me.
Uh huh.
Is any of that true?
No.
Okay.
No. And that's why I was willing to come up here, and I didn't watch. But
Okay.
here's how this works in YouTube. Okay.
Okay.
When you do a live stream, you know this, Brother Clarence, so you can clarify if I'm saying something that's not true.
Okay.
When you do a live stream, once you're done or beforehand, you can set it up so that the live chats are there, right? And
Right.
then after it's over, it gets like I guess basically rendered into the YouTube for good, and it's
Right.
there. And if you haven't clicked that live chats replay, you have to make sure that the live chats replay is clicked. Okay. Now I
Okay.
always have that setting on so that when my videos are done, I don't have to go back. But in this case, because the song that was placed in the middle as a theme song had the video blocked,
Hmm.
everything got stopped.
Okay.
So I had to go back and fix that. But in the moment, in the chat, no, I had moderators telling Darrell to be quiet. I told Darrell to be quiet or I would have him put out. I told E Black that I apologized for not turning off the comments so that he could not see what they were saying because he
Okay.
could not focus on it. All of these
Okay.
things I did in the moment. So if you
Okay.
actually watch the video, it's one of my shorter videos, I think maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
You can watch it. I won't cut it up so that you can
Okay.
watch it. I had to reopen it. I put it in Facebook and other places because it got set up by that thing. It got kicked off by that. But if you're not looking at it on YouTube, you can't see the live chat,
Right.
right? But
Right.
he's correct. Darrell was in the live chat being Darrell, loud, all caps, saying disrespectful things. But Darrell, if you don't stop, I'm gonna take your wrench away. Darrell could have done more things too. Darrell is a moderator in my chat, so he absolutely could
Ah.
have done other stuff.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You
Okay.
understand? He could
Ah.
have timed
Okay.
out everybody who agreed with E Black. He could have done a whole host of other things.
Okay. Okay.
So I did what I could to control it to my ability. E Black's
Right.
inability to not look over there, I can't do anything about that. But
Okay.
you've run just you and Brother Daniel up here, right? And how hard is it
Right.
if you're focused on what you're talking about? You can get away from the chat so quickly.
Right. Like
So I
now.
had moderate, yeah, I had moderators in
Right.
there in order to be able to deal with it. Last night too.
Right. Right.
As you grow, it's just something that comes. You need moderators. You get trolls. I just don't turn my
Right.
trolls off because every comment that's on there, YouTube counts it too.
Right. Right. Yeah, cause like I said, um, I just like I could see what the problem you have with King because I definitely saw what King did to you and how he responded to you as the night progressed. But I didn't see what the problem was with E Black. That was the problem. So it was a problem even before he came on your platform. Now, when he came on your platform, what was the purpose of you bringing him on your platform?
King put a challenge to me and E Black to go back to my platform and have the conversation about whether or not E Black could earn back my respect. And I was honest when I left King's platform, and I said, okay, we'll see how this goes. And I told E Black, I'm not promising you that you're going to be able to change my mind or anything. Thank you,
Right.
Enya. He was in the chat, um, or they were in the chat. Excuse me. So yeah, I did. Um, so you put a challenge to me as a person and as a content creator. Can I go back and give this man an opportunity to tell me his story and would I be able to give him back some level of respect or trust? And how can I make this work for me as a content creator? Can I flex my content muscle and get it right? I did that, Brother Clarence.
I'm just telling you what he told me.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah,
that's why I wanted you to hear to clear it up or tell me your version of the story as well.
yes.
Because can you understand if I'm talking to you, I'm on your platform, I'm talking to you, and one of your moderators is saying disrespectful things about me and my family, how that might throw me off. Because I was looking at him while you were talking to him, he looked like he was perplexed the whole time. And I was like, what's wrong with him? I couldn't understand why he was acting like that. So I was trying to figure
Uh,
that out.
no. If it
No?
were, here's why. If it were someone who's not been on a platform before, I would have moved far more gingerly. You
Okay.
understand? But
Okay.
this man's been on several platforms now and understands how StreamYard works and how things move. And as I said I apologize because I did not figure out the feature to turn off the comments for you to view before this started, so you wouldn't have to deal with it. But
Okay.
by the same token, this is what he would do. Any other place, never mind. Yeah, any other place, he's because when he's on the platforms everywhere else, he's also in the chat. He's not just on the panel; he's commenting in the chat in the same way. So he'll put a lot of terrible things in the chat that he's not saying on the panel. So you have to be in
Talking about E
position.
Black?
Yes,
Okay.
these are birds of a feather. That's why they're together. Okay, I told
Okay.
Darrell this today. Y'all the same thing. You better pick which side of the coin you're gonna be on. Get yourself together. But
Okay.
that's it. Um, if you, I can't. You can only do so much with the chat when you're trying to conduct an interview and have a conversation.
Right.
And
Definitely.
what does the
Difficult.
viewer want, and what does the video require when there's no live going on? You understand?
Right.
This is not
Right.
content that's only going to be here for the moment.
Right.
It's always going to exist. So, understanding that, hey, listen, I tried to set up as many parameters as I could. I missed this one. I will keep him in check as best as I can. There are other people. Um, I think Hanifa has a wrench, or Maat. One of the two of them has a wrench. Um, who else? Trash Can Waves. People who aren't even of the same community are moderators who were in there. So
Okay.
yeah, no. That's why you have moderators to do the things that I cannot do as I'm focused on the interview.
Okay. Daryl, I'm just skipping your comments, brother, because we just trying to ease it down. We already had JP bust out some tears twice, so I don't want her to cry no more.
I'm trying to be done. You know, here's the
So
thing, brother Clarence. I'm a woman who can express her emotions and know that it's just an emotion in the moment. But the rest of the world's not used to that, and so I get it. But I will say this: I truly am. I understand it for what it is. I understand human nature. I understand the id, the ego, and the super ego, and I know in which one each myself and each one of the people who thinks that they have a problem with me sits in. Do you understand?
I hear you. I hear
So
you.
I'm being nice enough to not actually read these people for what I truly see. I am asking them to back off. We're going to be connected to each other for a while because of this incident inside of the algorithm. But if you give me space and let me run my race, I don't have any smoke for you. But anything else from here on out, don't pull up unless you pull up to actually meet me behind the scenes and have the conversation first. Don't pull up.
Okay. So you don't want them in your coming onto your page or
No, no,
coming in
no,
your
no, no, no,
chats
no,
or
no, no,
anything.
no. You can chat. You can be respectful.
Okay.
You bring this up, or you aim for me again. It's
What do
that
you mean
simple.
aim for you? What does that mean?
I'm not out here trying to fight with anybody in the YouTube space. Do you understand? I have been, hey, how's your spirit? Keep your spirit up. Fantastic content. Let me share you on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any of those things. Okay? I
Hmm.
continue to be that woman. I shined a light on what it was that you did to me specifically, and I am ready to move on with my journey. Now, You can lay down your arms, and this can be peace. But if you go up on one more platform talking about me, as if I did something to you when we know this not to be true, yeah, that's where my spirit and Darrell's align. You keep coming for my
Oh, okay.
character. You're
Okay.
coming
See,
for
because
my honor.
I just want us to be I just want us to be clear about what you're saying about them pulling up. That's
Don't
all I
come for
want.
my honor.
Okay.
Don't come for my character. If you want to
Okay.
call me a hypocrite, you had better be able to prove it. If you want to say that I do not stand on what I am 10 toes down as a person, you had better be able to prove it.
I hear you. I hear you.
I don't
I hear
have
you.
pseudobulbar affect. I have complex PTSD with dissociative identity disorder. Thank you, though, Snuggles.
uh
Snuggles is the
no,
friendliest troll in the world.
I mean, not well, being friendly to you, to
Yes.
me, all of these trolls come and get me, JP, man. They come at me with
Mm.
both feet. They come at me with both feet and a cattle prod. You know what I mean? They come. I had to, man. But that lets you know when they troll you like that. That lets you know that you're doing something. You're affecting something. You touching the rib or something, right?
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, because JP, I don't want it to sound like you're threatening anyone or anything like that.
No.
I want it to just be like you're making drawing a line in the sand that's clear that hey, I don't want you guys to put my name in your mouth. I'm not gonna put my name in your mouth. Please don't put my name in your mouth. And from what I got from King, it sounded like he probably well both of them, E Black and King. It sounded like they probably weren't going to do something like that, but I don't know. Of course, I'm not either one of those guys, but it sounded like they were done with it too. Um, but like I said, I wanted to get your side of the story because, like I said, they told me their side of the story, and I don't know. I can see why you have more of an issue with E Black than than I did before because that came out of nowhere. I was like, what the heck is going on? Now, do you think now E Black seems to think that you have it for him because you and Dale are so tight? Yeah, is
No.
that true?
I don't care. Please understand. See, that sounds so rude when I say it that way. It doesn't move me either way, right? You had an opportunity to say to me that no, really, I am a respectable man. I am this thing. I am that thing, and then come to find out you aren't. Okay, it takes all types to run the world. You just can't run in my circle.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. Okay.
That's it. Now,
let me hit
oh,
one.
I'm sorry. Let me do say this. I apologize because after the fact, like I said, the video got blocked because of a song that E Black chose for his theme song.
Okay.
Okay, and so when everyone found out that it was blocked, it got posted to somewhere else, and in that space, he was like, "It's chess, not checkers." Okay, you really think so? So then I had to flex my content creator muscle one more time. Let me help you understand something. I stream into at least two places. So if for some reason it gets blocked in one, I have it in another. If I lose it
Right.
somewhere, I have it somewhere else. I'm strategic, right? So
Right.
immediately when I found out it was blocked, I went into YouTube. I did what was necessary to mute the sound of the music and leave the
Right.
voices playing.
Right.
Okay, and then I went and got the link from the Facebook one, and I posted it into all the Facebook groups that I had already posted it in, so that people could get access to it if they hadn't watched it before. That's marketing. That is social. That's doing what you have to do to make sure that you drive your business, right?
Right.
Okay, so I did all of that, but it was because you decided to just be cocky and not, you know what I'm saying? Chess, not checkers. Oh yeah, let me show you how I play chess. Queen's Gambit, bruh. Play.
All right. You know what I'm saying? I can't. You guys definitely gonna work that out between each other. Like I
We're
said.
done
Okay.
again.
Well, we're done. We're done. We're done.
That's it. If you don't try me, if you don't try to pretend to be something that you're not, leave it alone. When he walked away from that night, the Wednesday night's interview, I said, you know what, brother, I appreciate you. I cannot say that it changed my mind, but I told King, that I would go on your channel and do an interview if you want to. I will. I'll tell you what it's like to be a family member with all this Black Lives Matter nonsense going on, and us not getting any support. I would be willing to give you that. That's something that you could use for content. But no, instead, the next morning, or here you are. You're like, oh, ha, ha, I did it on purpose. You did it on purpose. Let me show you my purpose.
Okay. With that being said, hold on, second JP. I got to address something here. Snuggle says, I never understood the meaning of a troll. Can you explain play to me what does that mean? A troll is a person that comes onto a platform pretty much dedicated to a certain type of thinking process. A troll comes in to disrupt that process or to disrupt the flow of the conversation some type of way. That's what a troll is in my definition. So if you're not a troll, then you're going to probably be trying to not, you don't have to agree with everything, but you can question things, but in a way where it still stimulates the conversation. Trolls usually do things that abruptly stop the conversation by saying different things that have nothing to do, that are irrelevant to the general conversation. And they pull steam away from the conversation. Uh, okay, no problem, JP. Yeah, so JP's gonna step away for a minute. Uh, yeah, so um, that's what my definition of a troll is. Let's see. Scorp, laugh out loud. Sister Blaze, good to see JP. Yeah, it's good to see her. I was worried about her for a minute. Let's see. Oh, Snuggles got a definition: decent or incorrect, decent or correct in conduct, proper. They respect they are respectable people, fit to be seen, presentable, wear something respectable, deserving of high regard. She acted in a respectable manner. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. That's a troll. That doesn't sound like the troll definition to me, but oh well, it might be. Snuggles, fair in size, quantity. We collected a respectable amount. Okay, all right. Um, Snuggles, someone or something that is respectable is approved by society and considered to be morally correct. He came from a perfectly respectable middle class society. I don't know what you are talking about, Snuggles, but hey, all good. Inya, Elder Clarence, I hope you were able to eat a meal. I did. Thank you. And drink some water after I did the day you had. But in all honesty, we need this in the community, healthy dialogue, healthy solutions. Thank you, Sister Inya. Appreciate you. Bro Scort, wow. Daryl, Daryl, JP is in such a state of trying to deal with the situation. So when she sees you in your chat, man, she just gets so emotional. I'm trying to just dance around you. But anyway, what do y'all think so far? What do y'all think so far? JP is telling her side of the story, and she's pretty much putting it out there. Now, I didn't know why she had a thing for E Black, but now she said, hey, there was stuff going on behind the scenes, right? Okay. I mean, E Black told his story. She disagreed with the way he told his story. I guess is JP's version, E Black's version, and the version that the rest of us, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, JP is back.
Thank you.
JP, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You sound
Awesome.
great. You sound
Yeah.
great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not back. I just squeezed my puppy in the door. Hi,
Okay.
Sasha.
Okay. Go ahead and
Oh,
handle your business.
hey, Mama. Hey,
Anyway,
Shorty.
so that's what y'all think. I mean, we're trying to see if we can get to the root of the problem and also get to the solutions. So now I'm gonna get to JP and some solutions. What we're gonna do about how can we get to a point where what does she see moving forward is something that we can do to make things better. Sister Don Frank, she deserves to be heard and something we're not aware of. And I mean, she told me a lot of stuff I'm not aware of. So aware of. I got you, Sister Don. Um, the Indian. I just want this to cease. It's time for growth, Elder. How would the nation handle this? Well, the nation is about sitting down and talking to people. You know, they first thing they're going to do is reach out to the injured party and bring them in and try to sit down and talk to them and have somebody mediate the situation. That's how we would do it. That's how we did the gang truces. That's how we did a lot of the other stuff, and many things that. Let me tell y'all something. Mr. Farrakhan's reputation is so good, but check this out. I mean, with Middle Eastern, not dictator, but people that govern their countries. You guys see when Jesse Jackson, when people get held hostage, they call Jesse Jackson, right? They call Jesse Jackson. They say, Jesse Jackson, can you go get our relative? It's here over there in Cairo or whatever. They're over in some Middle Eastern country. It's not Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson doesn't make that phone call. He makes a phone call to somebody else, and that person makes a phone call over there. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you could just be the man behind the scenes making stuff happen. Meanwhile, everybody thinks you're this evil person, but you're the one actually making these things happen. So it's just about the way we do it. We reach out to the person. You keep good relationships with other people so that you can get this stuff done. You can get this stuff done. So answer to your question, Inya. I'm trying to sit down with my girl JP and figure out first how she was offended. Second of all, does she understand why the other people think they're offended? And then the next thing, how can we move forward? Right? So far, she has been pretty clear about how she's been offended, a little bit about how they could be offended. And so now we're gonna talk about how to move forward.
No. I wanna clarify something really quickly.
Okay.
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 Again, did you watch or read Game of Thrones by chance?
I didn't. I wasn't into that. No, I'm sorry, JP.
You any kind of you understand nation building though, right?
Right. Right.
Okay. So if you bring someone into your home to treat with you, um, do you slice their neck open and leave them on the tracks to die?
Not particularly. No.
Okay. Anything that you think that they did to you while they were in your house, do you address it?
Yes.
Okay. So we're talking about houses. That's it. I don't know how big or small we have to make it in order for people to get what it is that I'm saying. But I was offended not because of something that I did. Do you understand? Those words were chosen to be able you I'm sorry I had to use you as a sacrificial lamb.
I heard him
What is
say
that,
that.
brother? No, brother. Tell me what the words mean. What's a sacrificial lamb?
Well, that is something that is gonna, uh, basically a lamb that's gonna sacrifice his life. And the reference is a Bible reference to um, the story of Abraham having to take his only son up to, his only son up the hill to sacrifice his son for God, and God asking him, since you disobeyed me and had sex with your um, uh, not your first wife, but this other lady, you had sex with her and bore a son. And I told you your wife was going to give you a son, and you went behind my back and had sex with this chick, and you had a baby with her. Take him up to the and I want him. I want his life. So you take him up there and you sacrifice him. But the key point in that story, and I'm gonna let you finish, JP, because I want to get the whole reference out. The key point in that story is that the boy was more willing than the father to go up that hill, because at one point the father didn't want to tell him what was going to happen up that hill, but that boy knew that only thing that happens up that hill is sacrifices. And so they weren't taking an animal up there, so he understood what was going on. And at the point the boy said, hey, if your God wants my life so that you can be good with him, I love you enough to I want you to be good with your God. Let's go ahead and make it happen. Right? That was the whole point of the story. And then when they get to the top of the hill, there is a lamb up there. There is a lamb. Now, fast forward to Jesus. Jesus becomes that same lamb, the sacrificial lamb. I will go on the cross for all of your sins. Right? Now, that is the reference I want to put out there. So now you're making the reference. I mean, he's making the reference to you that I'm going to sacrifice you, JP, so that I can teach all these other people how not to mistreat me or how to handle the situation. Okay, now let me let you explain it. So I just want to put the reference in there.
Okay. Yes, sir. Now here's the deal. I'm not your sheep or son to take to the slaughter in the first place. You needed,
Okay.
if that's what you wanted to do, I'm a human being. If that's what you wanted to do, you needed to speak to me and let me make the choice or make me aware. I was never aware that there was a hill to go up or a lamb to slaughter. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes.
I was in
Yes.
your house being told to make myself comfortable in your house.
Yes.
When I told you
Yes.
that I didn't feel comfortable in your house, hey, I'm just going to back away a little because I don't feel comfortable in your house. Rather than do anything about your house, how dare you say anything about my house?
Well, see,
You
that's the thing,
understand?
JP. JP, I see it. I see it. Now I get it. I'm just saying, did they coax you back into it? Because I think at the point that you said you was going to leave, why not just leave? Why not just stay gone?
I did. Brother Clarence, I never went back up on the panel after I said that I was leaving the panel. I was in the chat. I'm a viewer. I could
Oh,
speak.
okay.
You
But why
understand?
go in the chat? I hear you. I hear you.
Because
I'm just
the
asking
same way that
questions,
I go in
JP.
your chat, Brother
I'm
Clarence,
just asking
I
questions,
understand. No,
JP.
no, no, no. I understand that. But what I'm saying
Okay.
is the same way that I come over to your chat, I come
Okay.
in and I chat sometimes with Glenda. I love Brother Daniel. I mean, it's hard to believe that he was military and government, and he still let some of them bombs fly about the predominant culture. I'm like, go ahead, Brother D. Go
Yeah.
ahead. He reminds me of my
If you
father.
talk to him too long, he'll stand up and let you see that big old cannon he got on his side.
I so that's why because there's still conversation to be had or information to be gleaned or garnered. You understand?
Right. I get you.
I
I get
didn't
you.
know that me not. It's like your friend having a dirty house. Do you just never go over at all, or do you just make sure you only sit on the porch?
Well, JP, can you understand why they would look at it like, okay, if you have a problem with us, why are you even in our chat? Why are you even on our page?
I
Why are
didn't.
you even here?
I didn't have a problem with them as people at first. Do you
I
understand?
know, but I'm talking about after
I
you made it clear that you had a problem with them.
I did, and I talked. I didn't talk to anybody that I made clear I had a problem with. I didn't.
No,
You
I'm talking about
understand?
being in the chat, JP.
Yes, but I didn't have a pro. I didn't know that there was any problem. Do you understand, Brother Clarence? Me saying that I felt a certain way about. Oh, okay. I see that you got this issue with your house, right? Hey, listen. I see you got this issue, but I'm a support you while you try to get your house together. I'm just not gonna come inside. I'm gonna sit on the porch. Understand? But I'll talk to you and try to help you get your house together.
Okay, that makes sense.
I
I can
didn't
see
I
you
didn't
like that.
I didn't think that, telling you I see that your house isn't in order was I'm here to help you get your house in order. I'm here to you told me that I was valuable to you. You told me that I loved you. When I first got back up there, even that night, even though that they knew that I was going to be slaughtered. I love you, JP.
I mean, I'm sure in his own way he probably does, but he just took he see, I think this is how this misunderstanding got started. He took a lot of the things that you were doing as a direct kick to him, and I think you took his kickback as a direct insult to you, and then it just started boiling over and boiling over and boiling over until the fact that well, that's my impression. I
I
could be
understand.
wrong,
Yeah. No, no,
but
no.
I'm
I
just
just
saying, that's from looking at it from the outside. That's what it looks like.
she should be on her way back. Give me just 1 second, Brother Clarence. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay, go ahead, JP. All right, so what do y'all think so far? JP is always good with me, but you know, what do y'all think? I mean, you heard King, you heard E Black, you heard uh Sister Hanifa. You heard Darrell. You you heard a lot of different viewpoints today. What do you think? You know, it's hard because there's so many. I see so many areas of gray where misunderstanding could have started and rolled on. I see so many gray areas, so it's hard for me to say. But I feel like, hey, if you get into it with a person on, like I never even got into it on the mothership. I just got into it with Anton. I never had an issue with Chicago Rilla. I had never had an issue with Jr. I never had an issue with Courtney or Kay or none of them other people on there. I never had an issue with any of them. My issue was with Anton. And it wasn't even about, I hate that guy. I want that guy to have a problem. It was just about, I was trying to tell him, hey, brother, I think you have a better product if you do this or that. And when he came to me with the whole, who are you? I'm I own I'm a millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht type of situation. I was like, okay, well, obviously he must be right? He's the one with all the followers, all the subscribers, all the Patreons. I'm the one that's out on the side. So obviously, he must be right. I'm the one with only 300 subscribers. He's the one with thousands. JP, you ready? You ready to come back? Okay. All right. You say I'm ready in a minute, huh? Okay. All right. Well, you let me know when you're ready. Give me the peace sign when you're ready. All right. So anyway, JP is out there. It's been a long day for her. Inya, what is the solution moving forward? Let me tell you what I think the solution is moving forward, Inya. It's going to be, these people are going to have to give each other some time. Just stay away from each other and give each other some time. I think that's the only way they're going to be able to really let this thing get over. I think most of them have short tempers, and you know what I mean. But they're able to cover it up or mask it, and eventually it boils up to the top. I mean, we saw this situation with Daryl and Chef. That situation boiled over to the top. I saw that coming. I saw that bubbling like crabs in a pot. I seen it coming. I seen it boiling and boiling and boiling. But it's difficult for people. Are you ready to come back, JP? Give me the peace sign if you're ready. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, so I seen that boiling over. So I didn't want nothing else to boil over, especially with our sisters. You know what I mean? That should be a special, where we just have to, like you seen me, JP was like, hey, let me finish. I had to back off and let her finish, right? Because we got to deal with our sisters a little. We got to be a little more patient with our sisters than with the brotherhood. With the brothers, we can take a brother behind the building and deal with him, but sisters, we can't do them like that. We got to just hear them out and then try to see if we can get on the same page. So far, so good, JP?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay,
sorry
let me
about
go.
that.
No. You ain't have to apologize to us. We family. So let me you can take your medicine. So let me go through some of these chats. Okay, give me a minute. Let me catch up on the chats. Let's see.
I do have a solution for moving forward, but I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, hold that thought, JP. Hold that thought. Because I want you to get to it. Inya, do you know if Inya's a man or a female?
Don't.
Okay.
I'm new to my chat too.
Inya, yeah, let us know what's happening, because I like to usually address people as sister and brother. I think this was a big misunderstanding that was addressed, and now we can move on. Yeah, you're right, Inya. I think King's channel has the ability to be great. Each horseman has something great to add and bring. Yeah, they can all be great together and spin off on each other and bring balance. You're right about that. Sister Blaze, maybe address the issues during a time of convenient time for all involved. Respect one another's house and rules. I don't really think they need to address anything more. I think
Can
they
I
need to
say
just give
something?
them time. Yes, please. Go ahead, JP.
Blaze Brown, I don't know. I don't see your comments or chats. I saw earlier as I was going to do something, Brother Clarence, that they said that it was good to see me. I never say anything to you, Blaze Brown, because I can't see your comments or chats when we're in other places. So I didn't know if maybe one of us mistakenly did whatever, a timeout or a block or whatever, but I'd love to be able to talk to you. So just a side note since I saw it up there.
Right on, right on. You hear that, Sister Blaze? You got an open invite, Brother Daryl. I agree. Time and accountability. Yeah. Oh, Brother Willie Dean in the building. Peace, Brother
Peace,
Clarence.
Willie.
Peace to the chat. Brother Daryl left aloud, boiling over. Please, brother. See, well, it definitely was boiling over. Like you ever seen those big old pots cooking crabs and
Mm-hmm.
crawfish? Man, they slowly just boil over in the water that's coming out of the pot.
Yes.
Man, let me see, brother Scorp. I don't be on King every day, but I don't like seeing some bad energy from some people. A lot of people are triggered by some words and easily offended. That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
So that's why I tried to talk to King about how he's handling, especially the sisterhood. You know what I mean? The brothers. But in reality, just like I'm tell JP right now, if you on this platform and they're not treating you the way you feel like you need to be treated, just leave.
Leave.
Just hang up. Just don't go back. Don't even jump in a chat. Don't do
Which
nothing.
is which is why
Uh,
up until this point, I'm sorry.
Inya, I'm a
Yeah,
sister. All right,
sister.
okay.
Peace.
Now I can say Sister Inya. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Okay, now JP, you had a solution to the issue. What is
Yes.
your solution to this situation?
Um, for me, I am going to create the panel discussion that I would like to see. The panel
Okay,
format and the panel discussion that I would like to see. I already have several of the players in place. You are one of those people that I was intending to reach out to,
okay.
but you know how
I thank you.
difficult. I'm still working on that part of being able to reach out. But my goal is to create kind of a tiered structure to getting to building a community, to building a nation. That's it. And in the short of it, what it is that I am going to put forth the questions, and then with a group of people whom I would tell other young black people to respect. I would suggest,
Okay,
hey, listen, these are the content creators that I see who can guide you in a positive way out of this toxicity that we have going on.
okay,
I'm going to pose the questions to them that would help to build what it is that I'm trying to build. And then once they give me a set of things to work, parameters to work with, I'm going to put together a second panel and put that out on YouTube. So it'll take place in a tiered structure on YouTube, Facebook, and Discord. And I know
no,
you, Brother Clarence, are not in the Discord realm.
not yet. No.
Yeah, and Facebook might be the entry point that I ask you to hit, or Facebook and YouTube. But I respect you for your time and wisdom, and I'm going to put you in a place of honor accordingly when asking for your support. So it will certainly be one of those that doesn't require a whole lot of your time, but more of your guiding practices and principles that you can help with.
I appreciate that, JP. I'm down for whatever's clever we can make happen, so we can get some of these people um, out of the mess they in. Let me go through some of these chats, brother Daniel. I always love Sister JP. We all do, and apologize for my post that may not be reversed, but my heart is golden, and I'm retaliatory if disrespect is brought and war is imminent. Oh man, brother D and brother and sister G, man, woo, they on it. Still willing to teach. Call me. Oh yeah, brother, we got to put that class together. We got to stop messing around. Um, Sister Blaze, okay, JP, I learned to check into chat info display. Sister Don, this is all in-house stuff. Juanita Washington. It seems to me egos. The ego must die so the divine being within can thrive. That makes sense, Sister Wanda. So hopefully, that's what we're trying to do moving forward. I'm gonna give you my advice, JP, on what you should do. Can I give you my advice?
Yes, but let me just say this. No. It's not that. I want you to know where I already stood, so that when you give me your
Okay.
advice, you'll understand that if I do change, it's because it was your advice that took me there.
Okay.
Um, as I see it right now, we're just independent nations whom I tried to treat or ally with, and it did not go well. And
Okay.
so, as a result, I'm going to turn around and go the other way. If my general chooses to stay there, that's my general's business. Now, if my general comes to me talking about a parlay or treating again, then my general already knows the parameters that I've set in place. Outside of that, I've moved on. I have other things to do. I have a message to get out. I have things that need to happen in order for that to grow. This is just
Okay.
human nonsense. And I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the 1 day old boy who lost his father in Memphis, Tennessee in July of 2018. That's the only thing I care about, Brother Clarence. The rest of this is nonsense.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's much deeper issue, and I appreciate you coming on and telling that. So here's my what I was my assessment of the situation and moving forward, what should happen so that it'll be a peaceful, uh, moving forward. I think that most of you guys should kind of like just give each other a little space and move from there because you don't need them, they don't need you, so you can build your platform without any of them. They can build theirs without you, and everybody just go their separate ways. And then you guys are eventually going to run into each other down the road, and may even laugh about this whole incident later on. But I think my advice or my suggestion to you, JP, is I know that you guys share a lot of subscribers, right? And so I get that, but if you don't feel like you're being done a certain way,
Hmm.
I just would not go back to a situation where I feel. That's why I don't go back. That's why I don't go back to the mothership because I didn't feel like I felt like they are not thinking of the audience. Like like back when I was coming up, the customer was always right, right? Okay, but I think they look at it like, hey, the views are always right. In this age, it's the views are always right. So if we can create this drama and get more views, then that's going to be right. Oh, is there somebody we can slaughter on the panel? Oh, okay, let's slaughter this. Let's bring this person up and slaughter them on the panel. We've seen Anton do that a bunch of times, right?
This isn't
Oh,
news, though, Brother Clarence. It's like, okay,
right.
I'm not you. You're an older gentleman, so in this way, this is maybe something that I can certainly hip you to a little bit more. I was a stay-at-home mother.
Please, no.
All right, Wilbur. Look here. My I was a stay-at-home mother throughout
Okay.
the late '90s and early 2000s, right? So when my kids were sleeping, everything was done.
Yeah.
I would go to the internet. I have seen this thing happening since 1998. This
Okay.
as people would debate when you couldn't when arguments didn't have an ending or a solution, or someone felt that they hadn't won, it would turn vicious and small and mean. It would be about doxing someone. I'm gonna put out where you live. I'm gonna put out how you look. I'm gonna
Right.
talk about your wife. I'm gonna tear
Right.
you down as a human
Right.
because
Right.
I couldn't win an argument. This started way back with AOL, and all it's doing is growing and growing and growing. And so now, when you get to YouTube and people building communities, that's all it is. That's all it is. You're seeing people throw money at whoever can build the biggest community the fastest.
Right. Right.
Same thing. And toxicity is winning. Meanness is winning.
Right.
But it's not. It's because no one has to remind you to be bitter. No one has to remind you to be angry. So inside of yourself, when you see angry or bitter, you're like, oh, I recognize that. All right, I'll rock with this. It's hard for you to, on a regular basis, seek out something other than your comfort zone, what you're used to. One
Right.
of the things that I believe it was King or E Black told me is that you don't want to live in an echo chamber.
Right.
If you look at your algorithm as a viewer, as a watcher, and that's all you see, it's because it's all that you have been seeking out. That's how the algorithm works.
Well, I would think most of the time. In
You
my
have to
case,
click first, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to click to go
yeah.
down the rabbit hole. As a person, not as a content creator, we're a little bit different. But
Okay.
as a person,
Oh,
you got to
okay. Just
click.
a person looking for content. Okay, I got
Yeah.
you. Okay. 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 Um, but okay, so JP, we discussed King, we discussed E Black. I know your situation with Daryl and Hanifa. Okay, so
I don't have a problem with Hanifa. Do I have a problem with? What
no,
the
no, 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 no,
hell?
no. That's why I said I already
Oh.
know your situation with those two is good. As far as I know, they're good.
Hmm.
And Hanifa has, displayed that she is down with she's on your team too. So I know Daryl and Hanifa, and most of us are down on your team. Um, so moving forward, um, if you find yourself in a situation like that again, like I know they kind of sprung that on you, but you could see that there was breadcrumbs leading up to that, where different things happen. In my opinion, based on what you're saying, based on what King is saying, that little things happen to lead up to that point. Now, are you going to be more aware of the little breadcrumbs leading up to that point, or do you see that as would help you to not get caught up in something like that?
Yeah. Um. But it puts me in this awkward situation where I don't know what to do, brother Clarence. So you tell me.
Okay.
I see a content creator I think is doing a fantastic job and all that stuff too. And I want to be able to help them. Now, I did what I did with you. I just drop in and drop some questions or whatever and go on about my business, come back, right?
Right.
That's just how I've always moved. Um, but I know I could give you more valuable information, right? There are more
Right.
things that not you particularly, but a content creator. I know I
Right.
can give you more valuable information. Now you've asked me up on your panel and you've invited me into your house. Um, I have to figure out. I know this part. I need to figure out how to, even as balanced as I may feel, how to adjust my tone for people who have an even hard a walk of life that I still may not fully understand. I want to
Um.
let me put it a
Okay.
different way, okay?
Okay.
At the end of
Okay.
the day, I see people. I don't just see you as a content creator. I don't just see you as your platform, whatever it is. When we're this close, do you understand?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Um, and if we're having this close conversation, uh, I see you, and I try my best not to read you for what I see. But I also can see when you won't approach me because of the things that hold you back in life. I also can see when you won't reach out into the world for the things that you need help with because I care too much. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, that's it, brother Clarence.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have to not care. But what I do is I walk away. But this time, I just didn't walk far enough away. I'm just gonna. That's what it is.
You know what? I think JP. Like I was telling King, I said, JP is just one of those. She's gonna gets, um, frustrated when, she thinks that she can help, and people are trying to stand in her way. She's gonna get frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a little bug in here. She gets frustrated. So I'm saying, what I think you should do is assess the situation. Look at the people who look at what you're doing, and then do the math. One of the reasons why I'm not on King's show every day, I was coming on there for a couple of days, and then I realized these guys are talking about stuff. I'm sitting here for an hour, not saying anything because this doesn't relate to me. I don't live the life those guys are living. Those guys are all those guys are single except for E Black, right? I'm not living their life. So what am I going to do? Chime in to them? Oh, go ahead. Oh, you got to check. Okay, let me let me go. Let me explain. So why I'm not going on Kings that much? Well, if they have a topic that involves me, then yes, I will go on there and I'll try to talk about it and try to stay. But what I won't do is be on there and I know that this is a topic I have nothing to do with. How to have, how to satisfy all your baby mamas. How to date women that you meet at the disco or whatever. I can't relate to none of that stuff because that's not the life that I'm living right now. So me trying to be in there would be what you call that ingenuous for me to try to live that life or try to say, oh, well, this is where I'm coming from.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
Go ahead, JP.
I'm in agreement with you there, Brother Clarence. And that's why the entire time I don't go up or say anything anywhere unless there's some value that I can add.
Hold on
And
one second. Hold on
uh-huh.
one second, JP. Hold on one second. Clarence, did you block Keisha? I don't think so. Not at all. Not on purpose. If I did, not at all. Not at all. If there's a way to unblock somebody, if I blocked her, let me unblock because I had a troll in here the other day, and so maybe I might have accidentally blocked her, but definitely didn't block her on purpose. And
Oh,
so
jeez.
if she wants to come through, I got to figure out how I can get her back. Maybe I can go back on the show that she was on and unblock her because I definitely don't want to block her. That's for sure. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, JP.
I forgot what I was going to say, but what I will say is,
Sorry.
no, no, oh, value. I don't. Okay, let me see how I can put. I'm a woman who lives in constant physical pain,
Right.
and as a result, mental pain. Right, I've got to balance it on a regular basis. So I don't go anywhere to where I don't speak unless I can provide value. You understand what I'm saying? It takes too much
Yes.
effort. I'm not gonna go up on a panel just to have my voice heard about something that doesn't even relate to me. In this particular situation, we were talking about each time that I was there, it was something that I could add a perspective to. But what was happening around me, my the value was being sucked up or was being poisoned by what was going on around me. You understand? It's like
You talking about the men going at each other on the platform. That was
yes,
poisoning what you're trying to do. Okay.
yes,
All right.
or the
Okay.
value that I could provide to your conversation.
Okay.
Because I didn't go up.
Okay.
It's not like I get a link behind the scenes or anything like that. I'm in the chat having a conversation, and then they'll be like, "Hey, JP, come up," or "Can so and so come up," or "Can a flower come up?" Okay, well, can I provide perspective here? Yep. Okay, then that's it. That's when I'll do that. And that's anywhere on any platform. Um, I'm all over the place. Like I go on to Coffee Talk and Tech. It's a jolly white guy who talks about coffee and becoming and being a new YouTuber, right? That's how we
Right.
build communities in the social media space. So, yeah, I only go where I think that I can provide value. In this case, I just unfortunate truth of the matter is, if we're being honest, my people are some of the most poisoned, right? They've already taken the pill. They've already been down this road so long, beating each other up, that even when they see something different or even consider something different, they don't know how to move in response to it or protect it, which is why I just walk away. It's not because I don't care and because I don't love, but at some point, you're either going to figure it out or eat yourselves.
Okay. Okay. How does okay? 'Cause if they are like that, and you recognize you're in a room where all of that negative energy is coming, going around, what do you do next? Because I notice what I've seen you do is you'll try to push that, even that energy out.
I used
But
to.
once you recognize that energy, that these guys are not going to do it, that's why I'm giving you examples of me.
Peace
I
and
went
blessings,
between.
Solomon. That's what I do now. Yeah, that it's
uh,
they're not my sons. I can't mother them. I can't control them.
Yeah, because once you see that they're not gonna, like I said, E Black and Darrell, I tried to get it, but I wanted that peace more than they wanted that peace.
Yes.
And once I recognized that, I said, okay, I'm gonna let them handle their business. I'm not gonna keep getting jumping in between every time they get into it. I'm jumping in the middle of it. I'm not gonna do that anymore. If they really want it as bad as they want, or if they want to, you know, get at each other as bad as they want to,
You got to call.
I'm gonna just let them have it. Catch up on some of these. Oh, go ahead, JP.
Give me 1 second, and then I'm gonna say something really quickly. 1 second.
Okay, all right. Let me catch up on the chats. Brother Willie Dane at Brother Clarence, you can't have 1 foot in the street and 1 foot on the porch. No, you can't. It's gonna be real tough. It's gonna be real tough. But like I said, I'm trying to talk about her and how she's gonna move forward from this incident. Brother Scorp, what I noticed, some of us are pro-black. Yeah, I'm pro-black. I'm not. The pro-black is not anti-white. It's just pro-black. You know what I'm saying? So that's the unfortunate hook that they snag you on, man. That's the one of the uh game playing wordplay games they play with you. They say, well, if you pro-black, you anti-white. No, we're not anti-white. We're just pro-black. We want black people to be in the same position or or better than they are now, or moving, improving, and getting to a better place. What's wrong with that? The doctor comes into an ER room and he helps the people that's in the worst condition. Well, we're in the worst condition, so that's where we putting our emphasis at. Touch of uniqueness. Yes, my sister JP, I can understand 100% dealing with the constant pain does affect you mentally and physically. I'm with you on that, girl. Praying for you. Yeah, we are praying for JP. We want her to do really well. Sister Hanifa, Neely Fuller said that too. I was just listening to a clip. He said that we should stay away from each other unless it's for something constructive. Not sure I agree. I think we should. I think that's true. We should stay away from each other unless it's going to be constructive. So what should be constructive? We should be constructively trying to build good relationships with each other. Friend or relative, we should be trying to build constructive relationships with each other. Or if we're not trying to do each other any good, we should stay away from each other. I think he's right.
Exactly. I'm
Uh,
back.
you back? Okay.
Yes.
Let me put you up, JP. Let me put you back up, and then you can tell me what you were gonna tell me. Okay.
Okay.
What do you tell me?
So in all of this, I'm sure that people probably still want to know why it is that I rock with Darrell, seeing as though he seems quite volatile.
Yeah,
And
that's a good question.
right. I would like to set the record straight. One, um, when called to the carpet, Darrell shows up, and
Okay.
he will listen. And in the moment, he processes it shortly and says, "I'm sorry," but that's kind of a thing. But he'll go back and reassess the situation, and then come back and say, "Oh, yeah, I was really messed up. I should have done, or I could do this better." But also,
He will.
he will, and he pushes for his people, in both men and women, the good in them, to be better people. He has the rah, the warrior energy and fight that you're gonna need when you go to battle. He
Okay.
just needs it honed away from um, the war zone that he's been in his whole life.
Okay.
And you got a whole lot of other things going on. You got a daughter now. So do you want her
Okay.
to marry a general or a street general? Make up your mind. You're the
Okay.
example on which one she's going to choose. And that's how we talk. And he can see and understand that. And there aren't a lot of young men today out there who listen to that from anybody, especially not from the current street environment. So if I can get
Okay.
an ear into him, he can tell me how to talk to the ones younger than him, and we can maybe get this message spread far and wide and stop this nonsense. But the idea that we're going to go out and like the days of Orr with the nation and find the other gang member and sit down and treat with them, it doesn't work that way anymore because there are no centralized gangs. These young men are individuals of one moving under a banner, not the other way around.
Okay. So that's why you rock with Daryl.
Yeah, because he can hear and he can see and he can turn back and tell them. Like he's trying to if you think of getting out of the matrix as layers, he's
Uh-huh.
trying to get out of the matrix. He needs someone to stand with him even when he falls short to say, "Hey, listen. You fell short. You get 3 chances at this. I'm going to show you once. I'm going to do it with you once. And then I'm going to let you do it. After that, that's it. I've
Yeah.
shown you how it is to be. I've done it with you. Now either you do it right or you're gonna fall until you get it right. That's it.
Okay. Well, let me explain why I rock with Daryl. I rock with Daryl because I see a lot of I see a lot of myself in Daryl. I was rarely, when I first got into the nation, man, we used to clown. We used to do so much that we used to clown the church people. We used to clown everybody. We was on top. We was so bad. It wasn't until I got maybe about 10 or 15, maybe even 20 years older that I said, what were we doing? We used to make fun of Martin Luther King. We used to do all kind of different stuff. And then we learned later, man, you know what? How you gonna make fun of Martin Luther King? This man gave his life for this situation, man. How you gonna make fun of these people, man? You know what I'm saying? So you think about it a different way. But when I was young like him, I thought that way. I was like, man, F it. If you ain't doing it the way if you ain't helping black people the way I think you should help black people, you a coon. That's it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It wasn't until I got older and had more interactions with people of all different races that I said, oh, okay, I see. It's not just cut. I was misunderstanding the message here. I got to dig deeper into this message. So I see a lot of myself, that hot headedness that I see in him, and I wanted to bring him along so he don't make some of the mistakes that I made in thinking and in action. With a lot of
He's
people, oh, go ahead.
Hanifa mentioned Neely Ford. If he says, if you think you know white supremacy, you don't know white supremacy. He's in that space to me where you're aware of all of these things that are the reason, right? Now it's getting to the next step. And I see that I had that blessing early in my life to not be educated solely in the United States. So
Okay.
I was able to meet and treat with people from all different walks of life and nations when I was like 11, 12, 13,
Okay.
right? And so that gave me a different view of my people at an early age. And then an understanding, I had parents who were in the nation at one point, who were, about the movement and the
Right.
whatnot. And so I was well grounded in who I was as a young black woman, and yet and still I had this break when it came to religion. And if you imagine that on a macro scale for all black folks, right?
Okay.
That's how that's what my platform is there for, to say to you, hey, listen, some of what is happening to you, you're right, is not your fault at all. The same way this pain inside of my body, I don't have any control over it coming and going. What I have control over every day is how I respond to it,
Okay.
and whether or not I allow how I respond to it to impact other people.
Okay.
So if I were to respond to my pain in anger and vitriol in the way in which I feel it, then the world would feel my anger and vitriol in that same way. And I know that you all, not knowing me, thinks that you do, but I only use words of kindness. I'm saying love, compassion, divest hate, those things. Imagine if I were to turn that around and say all of the words that we don't like. You BAN this, you SO, such a. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There is a way to express yourself and your feelings without doing harm and injury. And I've had to learn that over this life in order to not move every time a wave of pain comes and hurt someone
Oh.
inadvertently.
Oh. Yeah.
But our people do that in the same way with their own emotions, right? Each
Right.
time that their emotions are injured, they immediately respond. You so and so, you did what to me? How dare you talk to me that way? Well, wait a minute. Why do you feel so offended by the words that I said to you? They were words. Now, mind you, there are some words that are exceptionally are more hurtful than others. I understand that, but they're still words. What happened behind the word that word hurts you so much? What did it make you feel? Deal with that. Don't. It's in you, not anybody else.
Okay.
That's it. That's the what everything else keeps turning. Everyone keeps telling us, well, all this stuff out here is the reason why the world is going wrong. Everything that this is going on out here is the reason why you can't get this or you can't get that. You aren't centered in who you are. Our people don't have emotional health. That
Yeah.
lack of emotional health is keeping us from moving forward.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
if I weren't in my balance and my emotional space when this all went the way that it did, that video that I put up, that was just a niceness. Like that wasn't me being mean spirited or petty, brother Clarence. That
Yeah,
wasn't.
but the come on, JP, with the Shark
No,
Week
I understand.
music.
Yes, but what I want you to understand is it could have been worse. I could think about
You're
it. This
right. You're
I'm an
right.
artist, right?
You're
So I
right.
could have
Yeah.
gone worse. I could have put a full blown sheep up there with the stuff
Yeah.
coming out. I could have made
Yeah.
it a lot
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
This was a
I personally like the Shark Week music. That was
thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you.
I like that. That was a nice touch. JP,
You
let
know?
me go down some of these comments real quick. And you know what, JP, if you gotta go, let me know. And hey, hit me in the private chat. Hey, I got something to do or whatever. So let me
Okay.
know. I'm just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? We just all of us are just hanging out, trying to talk about some stuff. Okay. Sister Hanifa, he said he meaning Neely Fuller said that black people are too poisoned. We are, but we don't think that we are. That's the sad part. That's the
Yep.
sad part. Sister Don Flake, exactly what many don't understand, and I think what let me see what you're talking about, Sister Don. Pro-black does not mean anti-white. No, not in all cases. It's there's extremists in any group or any facet of community. So, but for the most part, most people don't want to be on top of white people. They just want to have, they just want to be treated at least equally, let alone not having them get jumped on. That's all. Um, Sister Don Frank, people need to learn the difference. They do, but see, Sister Don, people like us that's out here promoting it, the trolls are coming to try to shut us down because they want that divisiveness there. You either on this side of the fence or that side of the fence. They don't want somebody showing you the actual bridge that'll bridge so all of us can come together. That's the unfortunate part about it.
Okay. Um,
Go
I
ahead, go
do
ahead.
appreciate you, brother Clarence. I do have to go. My
Okay,
medication delivery is acting up, and
okay,
that's something
okay. I
else.
appreciate
So
you coming through, JP.
yes.
JP, where can everybody get to you? How can they get to you? How can they subscribe to you if they want to subscribe to you or support you or buy you a coffee or whatever? How can they do that?
Look at you. How do you know? You can reach me on pretty much every platform as JP the Aspiring Matriarch except for Facebook. On Facebook, I am Chronic Citizen. But you can reach me on any of those platforms. Brother Clarence, I think that you have my Facebook if you want to put
I
it out
do.
there.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm still in the midst of whatever this electrical glitch is, so I can't
Okay.
access some of the things. It's JP the Aspiring Matriarch. At least every Wednesday, I do a smoke session at 9:20 Eastern, 7:20 Mountain Standard Time. I talk about what I see on social media, and I shine a light on the fact that we are the algorithm. Until we stop doing this in social media and in the streets, nothing is going to change. That's my whole goal. It was started because there was a point in my life when, as a mother, I wasn't sure that I was going to be here to give all of my sons all the lessons, and I wanted to leave it somewhere. And so I came to YouTube, and now it's just I don't know. I've turned into some people's YouTube mom. That's why I'm the aspiring matriarch. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, y'all. JP's got to run. She's got some stuff she got to do.
I do.
Go check her out. I'm gonna try to get all her stuff and put it in this description so you can go and check her out. Thank you, JP, for stopping by, and you're welcome anytime.
Thank you,
All
Brother
right.
Terrence. Peace and blessings. Keep your
Same
spirit
to
up.
you.
See you in the streams, y'all.
See y'all. All right. That was JP, y'all. What y'all think? What y'all think? Hard driving soldier, man. Hard driving soldier. She got a gut check, and she stood up and just shook it off. Um. Uh. Uh. Brother Daryl, we are blood brothers, JP. Yeah, I see that. Sister Don, I agree with JP. He does. Yeah, that's true. I want to watch the at James Blaze Brown. Right, you got to read the room. But Scorp, I definitely rock with Brother Clarence, JP, and Daryl because I sense pro-black in them. Yeah, we pro-black. We might approach a different way. We might have a different way of getting there, but we definitely want to see our people doing best. And I think most of you guys in here, that's what you want too. Brother Daryl, I'm 1906, but I will forgive you, brother. Brother C, okay, forgive me. I don't know what I did, but forgive me. Forgive me, brother Daryl. I don't mean to step on nobody's toes. With Willie Dean, brother Clarence said JP clearly shows and states that for her, the environment over there at King's conversation with Kings isn't healthy for her. At JP to be strong enough to completely remove herself from that environment. Yeah, that's what it's going to take, in my opinion, brother Willie. Because I don't think it's a good place for her to be right now, as emotional as she is about the situation. MLK was 1906. I don't know what you mean by 1906. He was born in 1906. Is that what you're saying? Maybe you're right. Brother Daryl, Alpha Phi Alpha, but you good, bro C. Yeah, brother Daryl, help me, man. I'm old, man. I don't remember too good sometimes. So help your brother. Let me see. Good night, brother Daryl. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for coming by and supporting JP, man. She needed to see that. She needed to see that people was on her side, man, and people just whether we rock with, we agree with what she did or not, we were in her corner. That's what she needs to see. So I thank all of y'all for thinking enough of her to stop in and show her that love, man. She needed to see that, and hopefully God will give it right back to all of us, all of y'all, when y'all need it too. Brother Scorp, glad to see JP is in good spirits. Yeah, man. Y'all put her there, man. She's seen all the love y'all gave her, man, and y'all put her there. Y'all brought her back up. You know what I mean? So whether you agree with her or not or whatever, just the fact that you guys stepped up and stepped in there and told her to keep her spirit up. You know what I mean? Okay, so appreciate y'all. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Damn, this little gnat is in here. I can't catch him. What do y'all think? Y'all think JP made valid points? I think she made some valid points. It's hard for me to see. You know what I mean? I mean, it's murky situation. So you're never gonna get like, oh yeah, it's a straight out. This is what it is. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be that way. JP came in. First King came in. He told his perspective. Then I would have liked to got Chef's perspective, but Chef was on the air, so I didn't expect him to jump in because he was actually he's actually doing a broadcast right now. But I would like to talk to him too. But I guess it's over. I guess all of the hoopla is over. I guess everybody came up here and said it's over. Now we're gonna see who's gonna fire the first shot back across the ball, right? King said it's over. E Black said it's over. JP said it's over. Daryl said it's over. So we'll see. We'll see. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I think they all have valid points. I think they all had their perspective. And what I was trying to get JP to see is to see how the other people could actually see it as, going left. I think JP was pretty much not seeing how it could go, how the other guys could think it could go left. Because she saw how, and she explained it well how it went left in her mind, but I was trying to get her to see how it could go left in everybody else's mind as well. Brother Scorp, it was good to see JP to get things off her chest, have closure, and move on as suggested. It's best, JP, not to go back on their platform for a little while. I suggest the same thing to her, Scorp. I suggest the same thing to her, so hopefully she will listen to that advice. I mean, not even in the chat. Don't even step in there, just leave them alone. I used to get in the chat with Lapeef. I used to try to get on the program. I don't do none of that no more, man. I left it alone. And they doing immensely better without me. So I'm letting them go ahead and keep the train moving. You know what I mean? Nothing against Rilla, nothing against JR, nothing against Anton. Hey, have at it. Make your move, make it happen. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, me, as far as me trying to get them to change the product to the way I want it. No, I'm gonna make my own product. That's why, I don't mind if I got you guys here. I appreciate everybody that's here. But I really am proud of you guys for stepping in and helping JP, get back, feel good that, she got people that's backing her, because I don't think she felt that way. I think she felt like, I'm out here by myself and these people don't care that this man stuck a spear through my heart, because that's how she took it, right? She looked at it like, hey, I just got, you invited me up here so you could stick a spear through my heart in front of all these people. That's how she looked at it. And so I was trying to get her to look at it like, that's not the way they looked at it. They looked at it as, I got to do something to get this under control. And so everybody had their own perspective in the situation. I hope y'all all see that. This is how you say, so Brother Clarence, how come you able to see it that way? Because I don't look at it from one person's perspective. I try to look at the whole thing and put the puzzle together. Like a detective, I try to put the whole puzzle together and see what happened. Because I know, I'm smart enough to know that there's probably not going to be a smoking gun anywhere. I'm going to have to be able to use my comprehension to put things together to see how it probably played out. This situation with E Black and with Kings and JP and all of that looks to me like just gaps of knowledge, where one person misunderstood another person, and then that grew into something else, and then this grew into something else, and then it just got stacked and stacked and stacked, and like Jenga, it got so high it just fell down. It was good to see. We got that one, Brother Scorp. Brother Scorp again, because we have to take care of our health and mental health first. Social media can be a blessing and curse. It can be, but it's going to be a blessing, brother. If you guys see somebody like JP, and when I say somebody like JP, you see they're a very sensitive person. JP is a very sensitive person, and very high intellect, but her sensitivities can affect how she responds to different stuff, right? Because she's so sensitive. So when we see that in one of our brothers and sisters, we got to be able to say, okay, we got to cover down on them. And we say, okay, we cover down on this person so that they are not left out there by themselves, because they can misinterpret. Like she, in my opinion, JP, in my opinion, she didn't fully interpret the situation that was going on with her and King. She took it as, hey, you just out to get me, as opposed to him saying, hey, you keep doing this to me, I have to make an example out of you. See, she didn't get that part. And so I'm trying to get her to see the whole circle, what everybody's perspective is. Everybody's perspective is on that situation. But hey, man, that's the way I think. That's the way I look at it. What do y'all think? I did 7 hours for y'all today, man, and I loved every minute of it. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? So now I think I'm gonna go try to get a haircut, try to cut some of this gray off my head. I appreciate y'all stopping by, and I want y'all to know that because y'all came in and chimed in to try to make JP feel better, who knows, man? Maybe she's gonna have a better night, and she get more inspired to do something else and do something even greater than all of us even thought she could. She might do something even greater. So y'all you guys could sleep good tonight, knowing you guys hung in there and kept her in your thoughts and prayers. And she came out and you guys made her feel good. You know, she teared up because y'all seen in the beginning. She teared up because she's really in a point where it's hard for her to accept that people care about her. Do you see that? It's hard for her to accept that people care about her because she hasn't experienced that a lot, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And she make her come on here, but Clarence, be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'll let her do that. I'll let her get away with that. You know, her, Sister G, maybe Sister Dawn, few of my hardcores, Sister Anifa, I may let them get away with talking to me like that, right? I may let y'all get away with that. She might get out here and say, hey, come on, Clarence, you don't know what you're talking about. This is what happened. But in my opinion, I see how sensitive she is. And, if she's the type of person, either you're going to be all in. That's why she like Daryl. Daryl is the type of person, hey, I'm either 1,000% with you, I don't mess with you. So that's why she can attach herself to Daryl. So it's so easy for her to attach to Daryl, because Daryl has got a similar personality. Like, hey, I'm either all in with you, or she don't have to worry about where she's at with him. You know what I'm saying? She know already if he's messing with her, he messing with her, till the wheels come off, right? But Scorp, I think Conversation Kings and other platforms should announce the rules before going live or start talking to prevent a misunderstanding. You know what, Brother Scorp, there's always going to be misunderstanding. I don't care if they announce the rules. You know why? Because people going to come in the middle of the broadcast and they hadn't heard the rules, and then they're going to come in and then they're going to, like me and his lead attorney. Me and the lead attorney was going to fight because I came into the broadcast in the middle of the broadcast talking. I came in to talk about one issue. He thought I was coming in to defend some other issue, and next thing you know, he tore me a new behind hole on there, and I was like, "What?" I went to him. I emailed him the very next day. I said, "Brother, the way you did me on that program, man, you ought to, And I made this video, man. Whew, I cooked the lead attorney so good, man. I cooked him good." And he said, "You going to release the video?" I said, "No, I can't release this video, brother. I cooked you so good. I can't release the video. I can't do it." But so I pulled that video back down off the show. But we laughed about it after we talked about it. But it was just a misunderstanding, brother. It was just a bad timing, misunderstanding. He thought I was there to do one thing. I was there to do something else. And I thought I was confused that he was throwing shots at me. And I was like, what? And so while you on the platform and people are throwing shots at you, you're in your mind going, what's going on? I ain't here to do this. I came in, came in really to just put my opinion on, I agree with you, and to share my opinion with that agreement. But it didn't go like that. So me and he and I ended up having to talk it out. And we ended up, and the brother invited me on and apologized. Of course, you guys all know that story. But so, it's just one of those things, Brother Scorp. Sometimes you're going to just fall in at the wrong time, and you're going to catch somebody on a bad day, and they just going to go in on you. And they see you as a soft target, and they just going to go in on you. Brother Scorp, right. Having thought of that, rules can be broken on these YouTube streets. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? People can sometimes just, go in, and you like you, Brother Scorp, you can come on now, right? I've been talking for 2 hours. I've been talking for 7 hours, and I'm tired, right? So you say something that triggers me, and I just go in on you, right? I don't even realize, man, this is one of my subscribers, right? But because it's my platform, I just go in. You know what I'm saying? But people get tired or they need their medication. Some people have medication they have to take. They don't take their medication. They don't take their medication, they're gonna be done, right? It's like me, man. They somebody calling me, but I'll get to them. But anyway, what y'all think? Did I'm about to wrap it up. Did JP answer your questions? And if not, you guys know you can go to her page and ask her questions, and she'll come up, right? She'll come up and she she might answer your questions on her page when you can log into one of her smoke sessions and see for yourself what the deal is, right? Y'all can see for yourself. But hey, y'all come back here tomorrow morning, 11:45. We're gonna address whether Black women are worthy to be protected. We're gonna address that. What does protecting Black women look like? What does that protection look like? Does that mean we have to jump in front of them every time they create a situation of where violence is bound to occur? We as Black men are supposed to jump in front of that and jump in front of that bullet, even though we had nothing to do with the squabble that ensued in the beginning. What is this protection going to look like? Or should we just walk away and abandon Black women and just leave them out there and say, hey, you strong and independent? Go ahead and be strong and independent. Should we do that? Let's talk about it tomorrow, y'all. Let's talk about it. And everybody's welcome. So yeah, let's come on and talk about it tomorrow. I got to figure out what happened with Sister Keisha. I did not block her, but I can't figure out what happened. I looked at the settings. I don't see nobody in there that's blocked, but let me go back and check that. Maybe I did, and I just don't have it set up right. But Scorp, laugh out loud. Sister Inya, thank you for conversation, and the solution is being used for everyday life. Good night, Elder Clarence and chat. Nice, sister. Have a good evening. And, thank you for stopping in and making JP's day. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Brother Scorp, Def will tune in tomorrow, Brother Clarence. Thank you, Brother Scorp. Appreciate you, man. We need y'all, man, because y'all tell me when I'm going off course and stuff, and so I need y'all to come in if you can. Sister Blaze, good night. Inya. Yeah, good night, everybody. All of y'all doing the right thing. I appreciate y'all. Get y'all some sleep because, yeah, we got to talk tomorrow, okay? All right, y'all. Until next time, peace.